What really worries me today is what's going to happen to us if machines can think.
Congratulations! You survived another year in simulation. If you still have a job, it means you survived the massive layoffs, world disaster, and outsmart the artificial intelligence that your boss is trying to replace you with. 2023 was the craziest year ever, but it seems like nothing compared to 2024. We're talking about the world where education is reshaped, artificial intelligence is your new best friend, and your wallet is as digital as your social life. We did some analysis and wrote out the 10 trends to expect in 2024. This is not just hype and trends. This is the things that you need to prepare yourself for, to take your business to the next level. The game is getting harder, but not for those who knows the cheat codes. Remember the times when you were sitting in the school and you was wondering if the trigonometry will be useful to you? Well, 2024 is laughing at this. We will see a surge introduction of 3 new areas in education. The first, traditional education, is going to be replaced by nano education. Is when instead of 14 years of the school and then university, changes to the short-term programs, courses, and they're on the cell phones. Merrill Lynch statistics says is 45% more effective to study this way, though I certainly cannot understand how you can study physics on your phone. But in general, this trend is learn fast and then quickly monetize your skills. I don't think the schools and universities will shut down, but instead it's probably not going to become that mandatory, and the students, kids will choose for themselves what is the best for them. In US, 45% students are already planning to become entrepreneurs, and 10% of the students under 18 is already open their businesses in their possible ways. That's why probably going to be more popular platforms like Coursera, who are also keeping up with the trends and implement artificial intelligence into the platforms, where instead of the teachers, artificial intelligent chatbots are checking your homework, analyzing you, and designing the lessons for you. In US in 2023, they already launched such a bot, Jill Watson, for the experiment, which with a 97% accuracy was answering questions for the students. And in 2024, already 45 of organizations will implement artificial intelligence. But from my personal opinion, even more questions arise. Another failed technology that probably gonna come back in 2024 is augmented reality, VR, AR. Primarily thanks to Apple Vision Pro, which is planning to launch in 2024. Apple has already launched their revolutionary product, remembering just the mouse that charges in the back. But if these points catch on, you and I probably will see a lot of opportunities for the developers. However, if Apple does not think to lower their price from $3,500, I think VR risks to become a more niche product. Or wait for the Chinese entrepreneurs to launch the same but cheaper analog. However, VRs is making their way into the malls, where you can already try cosmetic, clothes, shoes without physically trying it on. Brands are actively trying to adopt this technology so that you don't have to excuse if it doesn't fit me very well. So, despite the adopts, AR and VR may surprise us in 2024. Artificial intelligence, perhaps the main center of attention. How can we not talk about it? It accelerates the arrival of many technologies that we was expected in 5-10 years ago from now. You and I could not believe that in 2023 AI will become our best friend. ChatGPT is only 1 year with us, but feels like much longer. And the interesting thing that most of the people haven't tried that yet. But it's going to change in the next few years. Because in 2024, companies like Google will launch their phones with artificial intelligence in operation system. And quickly will lock up those who haven't tried to interact with it yet. The global race has begun. Every company wants to create their own artificial intelligence, their own language model. And in 1 year, we already have ChatGPT from OpenAI, Gemini from Google, Bing from Microsoft, Claude from former OpenAI's employees, and of course Grok from the Elon Musk. And those who did not make it, it's IBM, Meta, Harvard University, NASA, and another combined 50 large companies who is creating alliance to create their own language model to compete with the OpenAI. Who would have thought about it? In only 1 year, almost everyone is talking about AI. Companies want to implement it in their businesses as soon as possible. But here is the interesting thing. According to the Gartner research, artificial intelligence is almost at its peak right now. And then in many technology, the decline begins. Consequently, there is a great deal frustration going on. But once the disappointment passes, mass adoption and application begins immediately afterward. So if you don't want to miss this gold mine, you probably want to start exploring AI in 2024. Now, let's talk about robots. In 2023, you might already see flying cars, robots who is making parkour, robots who is telling scary things about humanity. And if you thought it's just a prototype, it's just something that will become real in 5-10 years, unfortunately or luckily, it's already gonna be in 2024. In February 2023, there was already 3.5 million robots. And because of AI, they're gonna double the amount in 2024. Here is the most famous one. Digit from Agility Robotics, Apollo from Uptropic, Ameca from Engineered Arts, Optimus Gen from Tesla, and Atlas from Boston Dynamics, one of the most advanced humanoid robots. For now, as I see, most of these robots are gonna use in the companies for their internal work, such carrying, logistic, optimization. But still, we probably might see some of them in 2024, as I think some of the companies will want to test it with the people rather than just closed companies. And the new topic on YouTube might be Robot X vs Robot Y, who is better. But this could completely change when Google embeds its Gemini chips into robots. Then they can not only execute the commands that written into them, but also feel, touch, read, and respond to human feelings. Digital currency, money. I'm not sure how much aware you of this trend that may launch in 2024 already, but it's important to recognize its magnitude and the reasons why it deserves your attention. Apart from the fact that you're not gonna use these useless papers that people are not carrying on anymore. In Denmark, for example, the cash shares is already less than 3%. In China, the incalculation of digital money is being introduced gradually. Cash just become inconvenient and people refuse to take it. And yourself, when last time you were using the cash? The pros are there, but is it all so rosy? What we envision about digital money may quite different from that actually planning to be implemented and how it will work. It's not just replacement of cash and electronic money as it right now will be in the future, not. This is a new system called CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency, fully controlled by central banks. What's important to know about CBDC? Version from official sources. CBDC is not cryptocurrencies, but official digital money issued by central banks. Convenience and safety. A bank account or a wallet in your phone. It's safe because it's controlled by the government. Unofficial versions. Privacy, rather than total absence of it. All your out-of-country transactions can be verified with a single click on your last name. Internet addiction. No internet, no shopping. What if you live in the remote village? Restrictions. Something you said, thought, did, they just cut off your wallet and that's all. There will be no paper money. I don't know what reaction will people have when the government actually will implement it, but in Nigeria, which was one of the first countries where government already implemented CBDC in case of experiment, was not quite well. The population was skeptical, preferring traditional paper money, while 50% of Nigerian people are actually using cryptocurrency and only 0.5% agree to try CBDC. The government is trying to incentivize people, giving them such discounts if you're using CBDC and etc. But people still striking and said, no, we want our cash back. Some believe that CBDC is sort of answer from the government to the cryptocurrencies, an attempt to create competitive product that's gonna change or even replace cryptocurrencies. The only question is, can CBDC replace cryptocurrencies, which all these years really seemed something very hard to understand, huge amount risk, fraud, or it become a place for a freedom, when another Mike will have his wallet cut off because he crosses the red light. Cryptocurrencies in 2024 will not become only a trend, it's gonna become a common thing in our lives. We have few reasons. First, because blockchain technology will be more understandable because your official money is have related to the blockchain, at least the technology itself. Second, more and more reach of the freedom, of the ownership, that this is your money and you can spend it when you want for what you want. Cybersecurity. In 2021, global cybercrime damage cost 6 trillion USD a year, and this is 190,000 per second. For this, we can conclude the damage incurred was much greater. Otherwise, why spend so much? Let me explain. The entire banking system right now is built on a public key encryption. The RSA algorithm is one of them. However, if you look at the performance growth rate of the quantum computer, then we will see the intersections of the graphs of the growth of the key bits of quantum computer and the numbers of key bits necessary to hack, for example, RSA algorithm. And this intersection roughly points to 27-28 year. What does it mean? In other words, in 2027, the hackers will match every private key to every public key. An algorithm will become to an end, meaning literally every bank, every app will be hacked. Therefore, in 2024, I believe there's gonna be a trend towards post-quantum encryption. And it requires cybersecurity experts, so trend for the cybersecurity. And finally, I wanna touch a topic that in 2024 will become just a trend, but I think a necessary thing: programming. What do we see? We are going to live in the world where almost everything touches computer, AI, robots, digital money. And in already 2023, it was obvious people who is knowing how to program, know how to write the code, or at least read them, are like wizards. They're not just using what people given to them, but they turning this into their personal assistant, customizing it for them. So the latest trend for today is programming. And it's not just a skill, it's a new language of communication in this digital world. After all, being able at least read the code opens the door for you where you're not just a consumer, but the creator of your own digital universe. It's like having a compass in your pocket. So friends, take this compass and go and explore 2024. I think it's gonna be a wonderful year. Very interesting. Be prepared, developing, learning. Next video, I will make a video about the skills that we need to learn, because I'm also interested about topics. So to the next video. Bye-bye.